NSC Live.
Yo, what up, world? Welcome to the NSC pregame show. I'm Thomas Ford, speed skating enthusiast and NSC analyst, bringing you the inside scoop to everything NSC. Whether you're a first-time viewer or one of our loyal fans, I'm glad you tuned in because it's going down tonight. It's been a really busy off season at NSC, and one of our main goals was to bring a little something different for you, the online audience. And we're going to give you an inside look at what's going on with the national speed skating circuit. With Joey Mantilla really focusing hard on his Olympic dream on ice, we have a little something different coming this week. We've got Rob Campbell, aka Rob Skate, as our new master of ceremonies. Here's a sneak peek at what you can expect from the new MC of the NSC.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Welcoming his heavily anticipated arrival into the NSC. The man with multiple talent stands in at 22,250.4 millimeters tall, weighing in at 84 kilos. He is a businessman by day, athlete by night, and entertainer by always because he's just that good. He drinks his morning coffee with shots of excellence. He brings his fairly good looks, talent, outspokenness, personality, and excitement to you all the way from the East Coast and the great state of Pennsylvania. Introducing the Federal Way, introducing to the NSC, introducing to the world, the one, the only, introducing myself, Rob Skate, the new voice of the Pro NSC. Oh, you don't know what the Pro NSC is? Get yourself up from under that rock you've been hiding under and come check us out at www.pronsc.com. The first event's going down come January. We'll see you then. Peace.
Man, that guy is freaking hilarious. I cannot wait to see what comes out of his mouth tonight. We want to make sure the folks at home, first-time viewers, and those just trying to learn the ins and outs of the sport, fully understand what's going on tonight. So we're going to talk a little bit about the rules. And what better person to bring us the rules than the president of the NSC himself, Miguel Jose. What's good, my boy?
What up, homie? Thanks for having me. How you guys doing, NSC fans?
Well, let's get down to basics, man. Tell us a little bit about the track we're going to be racing on tonight.
Alright, so the track's pretty simple. It's just a 100-meter track and oval. Very similar to how track is, on your feet. Obviously, they're on a 400-meter oval and we're on 100. The biggest differences between our track and their sport is, one, the speeds are a lot higher. Two, we fall down a lot. And three, we're not stuck in designated lanes.
So without being in designated lanes, does that just mean anything goes?
Yes and no. We are a lot more physical than most sports, but there are penalties, and as you get familiar with the sport, you realize what you're looking at, and it is very structured.
So is the name of the game pretty much first guy across the line wins?
Yeah, the first guy across the line wins, but we don't go off of your chest, we actually go off of your foot. So if you're watching a race, you'll actually see guys go down to a split position. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to get the front of their foot across the line first. We actually have a laser that watches that. And you'd be surprised, some of our races come down literally less than a pixel, which is like a human hair, and we have to decipher who wins between them.
Well, thanks for telling us a little bit more about the track. That makes a lot more sense. Well, now that we know a little bit about the track, tell me a little bit more about the sport. I know in track, everything starts with a gun. What happens if you jump before the gun?
Well, we also get a penalty just like track for jumping, but when we jump, we don't actually get eliminated from the race. So for us, we go at a 1 meter disadvantage. Now it's very difficult in a sprint race when you're at a 1 meter disadvantage to place, but it's kind of it kind of gives the athlete an opportunity to be a superhero and show really how talented they are.
Well, I guess at least they get a second chance, but it definitely puts you at a disadvantage.
Definitely.
It sounds like you don't want to be jumping early in a sprint race. Well, I know you talked about before, it's kind of like track, but there's no lanes. But I also know you just can't push everybody around. Tell me a little bit more about what happens when one skater pushes another skater towards the inside?
Okay, so going over some of the penalties, we actually call that a ride-in penalty. Now, a ride-in penalty is very similar to a ride-out, but let's go over the ride-in first. The ride-in penalty is when the inside skater is trying to pass the outside skater, and that outside skater comes in and makes body contact. Now, the referee has a choice. They can either disqualify the penalty skater completely, or they can declassify him.
We kind of touched on it already. You told us a little bit about riding in, but you also talked about riding out. Is that just the opposite?
It actually is the opposite. So the ride-out penalty and the ride-in penalty are very similar, and we base that off of hip positioning. So now let's take the same example that we just gave. A skater is passing on the inside lane, and that outside skater holds his ground, and that inside skater ends up bumping him out. We call that a ride-out.
Well, now that we know a little bit about riding in and riding out, what are some other things that you can't do? I know it is a physical sport, but you certainly can't just throw a guy to the wayside, right?
Yeah, we're just going to go over the basic penalties because, there are a lot of rules, but the main ones that you need to know were obviously the riding out and the riding in. The next rule we're going to go over is hipping. And hipping is when an athlete behind who's following a skater actually throws his hips out, causing the other skater to fall or to lose his ground.
That can be pretty dangerous, I'm sure. Probably happens quite a bit or not that much?
Yeah, it's one of the hardest penalties to call, and it's the most dangerous penalty. We actually had several broken bones last year from those penalties. One of our main skaters, Jeremy Anderson, ended up with a fractured collarbone. It actually splintered because he got hipped, and he hit the wall at 30 miles an hour. It was pretty scary.
I do remember that one. Back in season 3, that was a pretty scary ordeal, but he's back and ready to go. But hey, you don't think it's a contact sport? Think again. Well, I know you already talked about the track, but it's not like there's any lanes out there. How do you mark the track?
The track's marked by 4 cones, which makes us very unique. Because of those 4 cones, there's multiple passing lanes. Now, we actually pass in the corner, which sounds kind of crazy, but it happens. The rule is you have to keep outside of the cones. Now, this gets a little bit confusing. As long as one foot is on the outside and the other foot's in the air, you can actually go inside the cone. Now, if one foot stays on the ground and straddles the inside of that cone, they get disqualified for our rule that's called straddling.
Well, so that means you just can't do the splits over the cones then, can you?
No, you can't.
Thanks, Miguel. Well, now that we have a better understanding of the rules, it's time to talk a little bit about the lighter side of the NSC, the spicy side, the roller girls.
Hi everyone, my name's Holly. I'm from Edgewood, Washington, and I'm the original roller girl.
Recently had a chance to catch up with Holly. Check it out.
I began speed skating when I was just 6 years old. I was a little girl at practice who, even though I was in a pretty rough and tumble sport, just had to be wearing my pink spandex, my lacy frilly socks, and stickers on my helmet. I probably looked pretty silly out there, but I had big dreams of competing at nationals one day. Well, since then, I've competed 9 times at nationals, and I've trained at the Olympic Training Center 3 times. I stopped competing after my freshman year of college, but I am still involved in the sport, and I probably always will be. I keep busy when I'm not attending to my roller girl duties. I have a bachelor's in fine arts and art history from Washington State University, and I'm also a licensed esthetician. I currently run my own business, Lash and Derm, where I specialize in skincare treatments and eyelash extensions. I also create works of art from time to time in the mediums of acrylic, graphite, and yarn. I am the product designer for the NSC, where I help create everything from uniforms to merchandise. In my spare time, I spend a lot of time with my amazing friends and family and my puppy dog, Jax. My favorite part about race night is the excitement in the air, the roar of the crowd, the spotlight, and of course the spectacular racing. At the events, my favorite race to watch, besides the Grand Champions race, are the Flying 100s. So I would say I'm more of a sprint fan than an endurance. But when I used to skate, I was always better at the endurance, even though deep down I always wished I was a sprinter. Tonight, I am most looking forward to seeing who will win the title of Grand Champion. But who isn't?
Thanks, Holly. Always good to catch up with you. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of her as the season goes on. Now to tell you guys a little bit about the structure of the event. Our event is broken up into 2 divisions. There's a sprint division, there's an endurance division, and the champions within those divisions all go against each other in the Grand Champions event. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about first the sprint division. The sprint division is made up of the 300 meter and the 500 meter distances, so you better watch out, because if you blink you might miss. Get ready for a lot of crazy passing and a lot of acceleration. Should be fun to watch the sprint guys tonight. Now on the other side of the coin, we've got the endurance athletes. The endurance athletes will take place in the 1,000 meter and the 1,600 meter events tonight. Now you'll see a lot more strategy, a lot of these guys jockeying for position, but don't get it twisted, because when it gets to the end, it's going to be turn and burn time as you see these guys sprint to the finish. After you guys see all those guys get a chance to race a little bit, every one of our athletes will participate in a 100 meter time trial. The 100 meter time trial is a flying time trial, so they'll get one lap to speed up as fast as they can to run that fastest lap and claim the crown as tonight's fastest man on skates. After the events are over, we get to the Grand Champions race. So we have competitors from the sprint division versus competitors from the endurance division, and we'll always throw in the wild card when we have that fastest man on skates. The Grand Champions race will be an 800 meter race, so right in the middle of a sprint and endurance race, and that's where we get to see everything go down and race for that black jersey and the title of Grand Champion. Well, now that you guys have an understanding of the structure of the event, let's talk about the lineup, and we've got some exciting skaters for you tonight. If you guys were with us at all in November for trials, you would have saw there's a lot of up-and-coming talent coming into the NSC this season. So you take that mix of hungry young guys, you add the mix of absolutely exciting veterans, it should be a great season for NSC. Without further ado, let's check some of these guys out. Here's the lineup.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Anderson, the Hammer and Husky. I'm from Tacoma, Washington. I'm in the sprint division, and my favorite race is the Flying 100. You can check me out, dipping corners, and I'm doing this for my little girl Chase. I love you.
I'm Mikey Ratliff, number 02 from Mermet, Virginia, doing the endurance category. Favorite race is the 100 meter flying time trial. I just want to give a shout out to all the people in North Carolina watching tonight.
Hello, my name's Sean Kramer, and I'm from Federal Way, Washington. I'd have to say my favorite sprint race would be the 300, and I'm in the sprint division. I have a pretty good start, so I'm gonna see what I can do with that. I wear that purple and gold. I'm gonna be straight up, you know what I'm saying? And I wear that number 03, so watch out. It's your boy.
Hi, my name is Juan Cruz Araldi. I'm from Argentina. My number is 51. I will race in Sprint Seniors. Bueno, quiero agradecer a mis sponsors, a Luciano Zurro, a Roller for Roller, a Pulver y por sobre todas las cosas a Holly Scott y a Manu Mora que hicieron posible este viaje. Bueno, también quiero agradecer a mi entrenador, a Juan José Zárate, a Rob, mi novia que me acompañó, a mi familia, a mis amigos, a mis alumnos y bueno, los invito a ver la próxima sesión de la NSC el 3 de enero.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Isaiah Oliver from Kent, Washington. I wear the number 4. I'm in the endurance races and I'm also the youngest athlete in the NSC.
What's up everyone? It's Michael Cheek. I wear the 01 Grand Champion uniform. I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina, and I'm skating endurance races. I'd like to say hi to my family back home and my girlfriend Ashley. I'd also like to thank Powerslide for allowing me to do my passion as a job. Thanks guys, see you around.
Hey, what up? I'm Zach Sengyao. I'm from Federal Way, Washington. My number is 15. I'm in the endurance category. My favorite race is the 1,000 meter race. I want to do a shout out to my dad, come back from Afghanistan. I just want to support all the troops and thank you for fighting for our country.
Hey, I'm Jake Powers, I'm number 45. I race the endurance races from Greensboro, North Carolina. 21 years old, and when I'm not skating, most of the time I'm playing Xbox. If you guys want to come get smoked in Call of Duty, my gamer tag's Jake FTW01. Come get some.
Hi, my name is Wesley Gandy. I live in Richmond, Virginia. I skate the endurance category. I wear the number 88. I'd like to thank Kelly Springer and the guys at Cade Motors. See you guys soon.
What's up guys? My name is Evan Jackson. I'm skating out of Auburn, Washington. I wear number 93 in the sprint category of the NSC. My favorite race this year is 300 meters, so watch out for that. My main opponent this year is Steven Carter. He's been talking a lot of smack lately. We've been butting heads, but he doesn't know what to have out for him this year.
Hi, my name is Donovan Sellers. I'm from Des Moines, Iowa, and I'm in the sprint category. My number is 69, and my favorite race is the flying time trial. And I want to thank everybody from NSC to make it possible for us to do a pro sport and do what we love. So, thank you.
What's up, NSC fans? My name's Brandon Hall. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Federal Way, Washington. I wear the lime green, number 55. And I want to give a shout out to my mom for being a survivor of breast cancer. And thank you guys for tuning in.
Hi, my name's Jared Paul. I'll be wearing number 20, black and orange, from Tampa, Florida, and I'll be skating endurance this season. I want to give a big shout out to my coaches Samuel Johnson, Eric Licata, and Power Slide Racing for supporting me and allowing me to do really what I love to do.
What's going on, guys? Number 99, Ryan Wiederhold out here. We're wearing that orange and black this year. Endurance category from Richmond, Virginia. Gonna be tearing it up. Best shape of my life. Can't wait to show you what I got. Like to shout out to my coach, Kelly Springer. Only reason I'm here is because of that guy.
Zach Ferreira. I'm 18. I skate at High Point, North Carolina. I wear number 75. I skate in sprints. Shout out to Shannon Shesky. He's a great coach.
That's a heck of a lineup. I can't wait to see these boys get down tonight. Well, we want to thank you guys. That's all we got tonight for the pregame show. I'm Thomas Ford, bringing it to you live tonight. NSC event should be a good one as these guys go after the coveted black jersey and the title of Grand Champions. Big shout out to the speed skating community. Welcome again. Grab your friends, grab your popcorn, get your refreshments, because it's going down tonight.